if I were guarding Malcolm X. Many times I think, what would I have done in the event of the assassination of Brother Malcolm? I think about how easy it was to kill him. It was too easy. Malcolm needed soldiers, brothers ready to lay down their lives. But I asked myself the question, is that what he had? Or did he just have a group of devoted followers? When you are a revolutionary, you are leading or starting a revolution. Malcolm always said that revolutions were bloody and were not for the faint of heart. So what kind of soldiers did Malcolm have? I know they were good brothers, but to keep Malcolm X alive, you need brothers that are militant, and that's me. I would not have listened to everything that Malcolm said, because I think that towards the end of his life, despite his great leadership, Malcolm was not functioning correctly in terms of his mental state. I think that Malcolm was under extreme duress and was thinking more about his family's welfare than himself. I truly think that Malcolm thought that if I give myself to them, that they would leave his family alone. Not to blame Malcolm in any way, but to just consider his frame of mind at that time, the stress he was under, which I think was filled with anxiety about his family's safety and not himself. I think Malcolm needed people who would stand up to him and tell him that if you tell us not to search people, carry any weapons, that he was not just risking his own life, that he's risking ours. Sometimes a leader needs to be challenged for the sake of the group. Malcolm was, still is, and will always be our fallen leader, and we must finish what he started. But in hindsight, I would have disobeyed Malcolm and would have been seriously packing. You can't be a great bodyguard if you are a yes man. Do your job, but read between the lines. Malcolm needed a militant army behind him, like Fidel Castro got, like all the other revolutionaries who had armies. That's what he needed, top-notch security. Too much was at stake. Malcolm needed bodyguards that were ready to put in work, if you know what I mean. As I sit down in my favorite park and read the daily newspaper, I often fantasize about being the one that saved Malcolm, about the soldier that went beyond the call to save Malcolm's life. Khalid Muhammad used to carry a gun in his Bible before Minister Farrakhan even knew that he was carrying a gun. A true warrior thinks ahead. That's what Malcolm needed. Dedicated killers, ready to kill to protect the life of a man that made the transition from a street hustler to becoming a world savior for our people, and a leader in the fight for reparations. With Malcolm under that kind of pressure, somebody should have thought for him and made this decision for him. The entire front line should have ignored his wishes and started packing 24/7. Malcolm might have been upset. He may have been really, really hurt, but he'd be alive.